Welcome to Peekaboo Boxing lesson number 1. We're going to go over 5 techniques that you can use to improve your boxing game or your peekaboo boxing game. Okay, so the first one we're going to work on is the double jab or the 7-7. Remember, after each punch, at the end of each punch, you're going to move your head either by slipping or bobbing and weaving. So in this drill, I have my partner here. He's just going to move around. He's not going to punch back. He's just going to catch my double jab on his defense. What this is, I'm just getting used to engaging with that double jab and moving my head while moving around. So he's going to move around. I'm going to work that 7-7 and move my head. Remember, I'm taking those little steps in. So when I step on the first jab, I bring it back halfway, step again, and then move my head side to side. Okay? So again, we're just going to move around, move in. Okay? I might do a round of that, like a 3-minute boxing round, where I'm just moving and working my double jab and my head movement. That is technique number 1 that we're focusing on today. Okay, the second progression of the double jab when you're drilling it with a partner is he's going to be able to jab back at you. So we're going to move around, and when he's working his jab on me, I get to work on my defense, my head movement, okay, while making the decision to work my double jab and moving my head. So you can see what I mean when we do this drill. So we're moving around, he's throwing the jab at me. I'm working my head movement, okay, working my head movement. Firing the double jab. Okay? Not going to go very long. You get the point. Okay? You can do a full round of this. All right? If your partner's training peekaboo too, he can work the double jab in his movement. Okay? But that is the first progression of the double jab technique number 1 in today's lesson. Technique number 2 is going to be this. I'm going to do a right slip, a left slip, and then weave with my head. So it's a pattern now. I'm going to focus on this head movement pattern. It's going to be a slip, slip, roll. Okay? Slip, slip, roll. Okay? What he's going to do is move around, and he's going to throw the double jab at me. All right? So he moves around. He throws the double jab. I'm going to slip, slip, roll. Okay? And then bounce out. Okay? So he does it again. I'm going to slip, slip, roll. Okay, maintaining my balance and staying on the outside. But what I eventually want to do is start stepping towards my opponent to get close. My goal the goal of today's lesson, outside of the double jab, is to get to this outside position on his left-hand side. Okay, so now when he throws the double jab, I'm stepping in. You see I'm cutting that angle, okay? So I move around, I move back out. I'm stepping off to the side, cutting that angle right here. So that is technique number 2. Technique number 3 is going to be a combination of right hook to the body to right uppercut. Everybody's seen Mike Tayson do this numerous times in his fights. One of his best combinations, okay? So it's going to be the 6-4. Remember, the 6 to the body, if you're in close, can be a hook. But if a 6, when you're outside, is a straight to the body, okay? So what's going to happen is, okay, when we're in close, remember to do this combination, I gotta be in close, and usually if I get in close, I'm gonna get my head to the outside position. When I do that, I'm gonna rotate into the 6, reload, and bring the uppercut up in the middle. And then of course, after my last punch, I'm gonna move my head, all right? So we're just gonna be here, I'm gonna step in, boom, boom, move my head, okay? Now we can move around a little bit. Okay, I get in close, I drop, uppercut, move my head. Okay, now I'm going to hit it on his defense. He's going to have a tight defense. I'm going to step in, 6-4, move my head. Okay, that is the third technique, the 6-4, right hook to the body to right uppercut. Now we're going to blend that head movement. Remember, the slip, slip, roll, we're working our way in. Now we're going to add the 6-4 at the end of it, okay? So when he's here, he's going to move around, he's going to throw that double jab. He throws the double jab, slip, slip, roll, 6-4, move my head. Okay? So we move around. I'm just going to drill that. He moves and throws some jabs. I'm going to slip, slip, roll, body, head. Okay? Then I'm going to move my head one more time. I'm going to slip, slip, roll my way in, boom, boom, and then move my head, okay? So that is blending that combination we just did with the head movement off of his double jab, okay? So now let's move on to the next progression of this drill. Okay, the next drill or technique is we're going to do that side to side in that bob and weave, get to the left-hand side of my opponent, and then I'm going to do a twist. Okay, so it's going to look like this. He throws that double jab, I'm going to slip, slip, roll, twist to the side. And what I'm doing is I'm preloading that left hand. I can go hook to the body, and number 5, a left uppercut, and number 3, or I can go in number 1, left hook to the head. So let's look at it again. All right, he throws that double jab, I'm going to slip, slip, roll, twist, boom, boom. I can double it up. Okay, so now I'm adding that twist at the end of my bob and weave. So let's take it slow. So he throws the first jab, I'm going to slip, throws the second jab, slip, I'm going to roll, under, twist to the side, but say I stay in that crouch position. Then I preload and I can throw my left hand shots. So that is adding the twist after the head movement. So the final technique is after the head movement, we're going to add a spring to the side. We're going to spring out or do that diagonal step through to preload my right hand shot. So we see he throws that double jab. I'm going to slip, slip, roll, and then spring to the side, and I can fire that right hand. Okay? You go head or body. So if we do it again, so I'm going to slip, slip, roll, spring to the side. I can go body, head, head, whatever combination you want to do. If you want to add the 6-4, you can. So I'm here, he throws it, I slip, slip, roll, okay, spring to the side, hook to the body, uppercut to the head. Okay? So that is the final progression what we're going to work on in Peekaboo lesson number 1. So just a quick review. He stands in front of me. Alright? I got my double jab. Moving my head, moving around, boxing on the outside. Okay? The next one is I can add that head movement. So he's in a jab with me, I'm just moving my head. He's jabbing me here, and I can throw that double jab in there. We're kind of sparring on the outside. Okay? Then we're going to go to the head movement where I'm going to go from the outside to the inside to get close and to his left-hand side. So now he throws that double jab, I can slip, slip, roll, and then I can add the 6-4 afterwards. Or I can slip, slip, roll, twist, throw that double left hook. Or the final one, I can slip, slip, roll, spring to the side, throw my combination. Okay? So that is the progression of Peekaboo lesson number 1. Now let's look at putting it all together. Now let's take all of lesson number 1 and blend it together. So I have an objective now when I'm training. Okay? So you can put a round on, whatever. Okay? So my objective is to work the double jab. My head movement if he's punching back. And then I'm going to work on using that slip, slip, roll to get on the inside and to his left-hand side. When I get to that left-hand side, I want to work the 6-4. Okay? Or if I get to that left-hand side, I can twist and fire a couple shots, or I can spring to the side and fire a couple shots. So let's take a look. We'll go real slow so you guys can pick up on it. So we're here, we're moving around, I'm working that double jab. Now he's throwing punches back. Okay? It's important right away when you start drilling, you got to get your opponent to start punching back. You got to get used to moving your head. All right? It's easy to look good when someone's not punching back. Okay? So he's moving, working a hard jab, I'm moving my head. Okay, firing my double jab, moving, what? Poof, poof. Moving my head, maybe I spring out. Poof, poof. Okay, whoop. Then I can twist, poof, poof. Now he doesn't have to, he's just standing, he's helping me out, because we're just drilling. All right, but if an opponent doesn't, if they move, you just go with it. You go with it. All right, so a little bit longer. Poof, poof. Here, poof, poof. Move out, maybe I'll spring, poof, 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 fire combination. Okay, so that's kind of the goal in mind, is to be able to do those techniques of Peekaboo lesson number 1 during a full round. That is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.